Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, and the host of this show, the Take Your Life Back Today show. I want to talk about the 6 truths about depression and how you can overcome that. October is the National Depression Screening Month. 1 in 10 Americans struggle with depression. A common misconception about depression is that it is something that people just snap out of. Unfortunately, for those people who experience major depression disorder, it's not that simple. While depression can be a serious situation, it is far from hopeless. There are effective treatments and actions people can take to overcome this disorder. There are certain truths about depression that are important to understand as we target this debilitating disorder that often spans generations. Number 1 is depression is a more than just a bad mood. As I've mentioned above, it's important for friends and relatives of those struggling to understand that people who suffer depression can't just feel better. People experiencing a major depression really need professional treatment. Depression is a mind-body issue and should be treated with same self-compassion and treatment seeking which we would treat any other illness. Different forms of therapy and medication work for different people. According to the American Psychological Association, otherwise known as the APA, psychotherapy can benefit depressed individuals by helping them uncover the life problems that contribute to their depression. Identify the destructive thinking that makes them feel hopeless. Explore the behaviors that exacerbate their depression and regain a sense of pleasure in their lives. Number 2 is depression is affecting younger people also. In what's been referred to in the field of psychology, the greening of depression, younger people are reporting increased levels of stress and depression, probably due to peer pressure. According to the Federal Center for Mental Health Services, depression affects as many as 1 in every 33 children and 1 in 8 adolescents. The APA has additionally reported that a higher number of college students are seeking treatment for depression and or anxiety, which the number of students on psychiatric medications increasing by 10% in 10 years. As I highlighted in the previous video, depression in mothers, babies born to women who struggled with depression while pregnant have higher levels of stress hormones within them, as well as a neurological and behavioral difference. Thus, whether it's based on biological factors or new social and academic demands, the vulnerability among younger people makes it all more essential that we target depression earlier and more effectively than later. Studies have shown promising results to early intervention among school-age children who showcase symptoms of depression. Number 3 is mindfulness can help with recurrent depression. There are a lot of great treatments out there that have proven effective for dealing with depression. Research psychologist Mark Williams, co-author of The Mindful Way Through Depression, has shown that mindfulness-based cognitive therapy can have a positive effect on preventing relapse in recovered depressed patients. This research indicates that if you teach people with recurrent depression mindfulness skills such as meditation and breathing exercises, it reduces their chances of having another depressive episode. Mindfulness practices don't change our feelings or our thoughts, but they do change our relationships to our feelings and thoughts. This enables a person who has a tendency toward depression to not get swept over, up, and around the thoughts and the feelings that contribute to his or her depression. Another way mindfulness skills can benefit people struggling with depression is by helping them to be better able to regulate and tolerate emotions. Number 4, anger often underlies depression. Often, one strong emotion behind depression is anger. Anger can be hard emotional to deal with, but it is actually a natural human reaction to frustration. Getting angry may seem like it would only make you feel worse, but when you don't feel and you don't deal with the anger directly, you tend to turn it on yourself. It is important to allow yourself the freedom to fully feel your feelings. But at the same time, my friends, to control yourself from acting them out in any way that might be harmful. You can recognize and accept your anger in a healthy way that releases the emotion without allowing it to fester or to be turned into an attack on yourself and, God forbid, on others. Number 5 is depression is fueled by inner critic. We all have an inner critic. What some people might say, like psychologist Dr. Robert Firestone said, is critical inner voices are within some people. For people who are depressed, this critical inner voice can have a powerful and destructive influence on their state of mind. It may be feeding them a distorted commentary on their lives. You are too fat to leave the house. You are so stupid. No one will ever love you. You are incapable of being happy. You will never succeed at anything. The critical inner voice may then persuade you to act in a destructive way. Just be by yourself. No one wants to see you. Have another piece of cake. It will make you feel better. You shouldn't even try for that job. You'll never get it anyway. Finally, once you've listened to this directives, the critical inner voice will attack you for your actions. You're such a loser, staying at home alone on a Saturday. You messed up your diet again by eating that piece of cake. What is wrong with you? You'll never get a decent job. You're just too damn lazy. You can't find a job. To combat depression means taking on this internal enemy. This may involve looking into your past to help determine whether these critical thoughts came from and how they got to you. How do these thoughts affect your actions you take in your life? How can you challenge these voices on an action level daily? Folks, number 6 is there are active steps you can take to alleviate depression once and for all. One of the worst symptoms of depression is a feeling of hopelessness. This very feeling can inhibit some people from suffering from taking the steps that would help them combat their depression. On the previous video, I spoke about 8 ways to actively fight depression. I outlined a series of actions people can take to fight depression. These actions included recognizing and challenging your critical inner voice, identifying and feeling your anger, engaging in an aerobic activity, putting yourself into social or non-isolated situations, doing activities you once enjoyed even if you don't like to do them now, watching a funny movie or a show, refusing to punish yourself for feeling bad, seeing a therapist, are just some of the ways I spoke about in a previous video. For people struggling with depression, it's important to have compassion for yourself and to take actions to overcome this state, including seeking help. Remember that no matter what your critical inner voice may be telling you, this situation is far from hopeless. There is a good chance that help is available and many active ways to treat your condition. For more help, visit the information that I'm going to tell you, which is the National Institute of Mental Health. If you're interested in learning more, please go there on October 8th to their free webinar on their website, Overcoming the Inner Enemy That Causes Depression. Go there, October 8th. Suicide prevention resources are available for you to view. If you or someone you know is in crisis or in need of immediate help, by all means, call the National Suicide Prevention Helpline at 1-800-273-TALK. 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-TALK. This is a free hotline available 24 hours a day to anyone with emotional distress or suicidal crisis. In the meantime, you can call me at 844-405-HELP. Together, you and I, we can help each other take our lives back. Remember to be good to yourself and be good to other people as well. May God bless you and may God bless America. And remember this, you're not alone. I'm here for you. 844-405-HELP. Goodbye. And remember this, God loves you. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye-bye.